Hey everyone, this is Social Dissonance, also known as Shepard. Today I'll be doing a longsword tutorial against the Rathalos. I'm going to be dedicating this video to two of my fans, John and Matt, a father and son team out in Plymouth in the United Kingdom. I talk to John rather often, that's the father, and I think it's a really inspirational team, and I'm really hoping that with these videos they'll be able to go through all the ranks together. So as for this fight, I'm doing the Rathalos in the volcano, seeing as my other video was in the deserted island. And if you're lucky, you'll be able to get him to start in Area 4, which gives really a number of territorial advantages, terrain advantages, I guess what I should say. Not only do you have that Rathalos over there, which can help you build up your spirit gauge in the beginning, but you have this pool of water here, which just in case you get hit by one of Rathalos' fireballs, makes it getting your fire blight out extremely quickly. You don't have to roll around as much, you only have to roll in the water one time. Now for my equipment, I'm using the Thunderclap Plus, which is just the Gigginox longsword upgraded with a couple of Diablo's fangs, and Ingot and Baggi armor mixed together such that I have wind resist high and focus. One of the most annoying things to do with a longsword is just to get your focus gauge up to where you're going to be getting the bonus damage from getting your spirit gauge up to white and then yellow sharpness, or spirit I guess I should say, and focus really helps you get to the point where you can do that. Now as for the longsword, there are a lot of people out there that really consider the thunder element, I guess you'd call it a poor man's dragon element. And while that may be true, a lot of monsters are much weaker to dragon than they are to thunder. If they are weak to thunder, I think Gobel is the only exception to being most weak to thunder. A lot of times dragon weapons are not only hard to get, but at least for the longsword, even if you can get a level appropriate longsword, I think it's the Jen Moran one, you're probably going to be doing more damage with the Gigginox longsword, only because the total amount of thunder damage is just so much higher. I believe it's about 450 as opposed to the Guando, which is just 110. So even though the monster's more, much weaker to dragon, you're going to be doing more damage overall just through the sheer numbers of the thunder element. So just a little note on the strategy I'm doing here. If you'll go back and you'll just pay attention, you'll see a lot of the time I'm really not going into these really long combos on Rathalos. Really what you want to be doing is just getting the single overhead shot and the sweeping attack to the side. And really only save the longer spirit combos or infinite combos for when you know he's definitely distracted doing something else. So if he's walking forward and biting, standing around and growling, or shooting fireballs, take that time to get off your spirit combo, but otherwise, one or two hits at a time is fine. I mean, for the most part, you're getting off some damage, but you're keeping your spirit gauge up. That's what's really important. So right here, he's shooting a fireball, take the time to get off a spirit combo. Oh, just barely missed with that. That's okay. Okay, that seemed a little risky. For the most part, you'll see I don't normally attack anywhere near the head, but because I knew I was going to be going into the Spirit Slash, I decided to take the chance and use it, because it puts you about a good 1.5 rolls forward when you do it. I can't really recommend wind resist high enough for this fight. Half the time he's going to be in the air, so if you have wind resist high, you can always get off plenty of free hits on either his legs or on his tail. Should be no problem cutting his tail by the end of this. You'll notice that I'm not getting into the red territory with my spirit gauge. It's because I'm pretty sure he's not close enough to being killed yet. Once you get up to the pink spirit gauge, red spirit gauge, whatever it is, it'll automatically go out after about 2 minutes, as opposed to the yellow or white spirit gauge, which will actually, I believe, will stay active so long as you don't die. So at least if you're considering damage over time, you're really best off sticking with yellow for, 80% of the fight. Only when you know he's, really within 2 minutes of dying should you bother to get up to the pink level. I don't really know what Cha-Cha's doing. I don't really know what that orange status means. Maybe he's waiting to heal up because he's poisoned? Not really sure. I think for the most part you'll find both in low rank and in high rank, Ingot Armor is probably going to be one of your most useful sets. Almost all monsters that you fight on ground are going to have some sort of attack where they're going to be flying around, or at least shooting off wind at some point. And if you have the Ingot Armor, you're going to, almost always be free to keep getting hits off while they're doing that. Go for the tail. There we go. Then, at least the plus set, it just has so many slots. You can pretty much put any skill that you're ever going to want into it, so long as you have the appropriate charm. Okay, I notice he's drooling now. I have one more trap that I'm going to use on him. I think I'm going to go for a kill this time. He's probably really close to being trappable. I don't have Perceive on. I didn't really try too hard to fit in an extra 5-slot skill. I'm sure if I used, the most ideal combination of parts possible. This is a fairly ideal combination of parts. I probably could. But certainly Focus and Wind Resist High are plenty good on their own. Okay, here I am just showing off one of the longer combos you can do. I'm not really sure what the damage over time is like if you compare one to the other. Just spamming Spirit combo over and over again versus sticking in other hits. It's probably better if you do a kind of mixed combo like I was doing. Okay, so he's definitely capable now. I didn't bring any other traps, but I'm fairly confident that I'll be able to kill him before he flees to Area 6. Because he should at least land in Area 4, limp around a bit, and then try to run away. The little trick is if you know he's going to be flying right in one spot, use a Flash Bomb to knock him out of the air. And that's that. So 9 minutes and 15 seconds? I feel like it's a fairly decent time. Alright, pay attention to my equipment there, what I have gemmed into what. I believe all you need to have this exact setup is just a 2-slot charm, or a charm with Wind Resist +2 or +3. I think you only need +2 from the charm, because I'm already pretty much overshooting the Wind Resist that I need. So in general, when you're using the longsword, that very basic quick in and out combo, it should really be your bread and butter. If you're online, you want to be a little bit more considerate of teammates that are around you so you're not sweeping into them. But otherwise, just get in 1 or 2 hits and sweep to the side. Get your Spirit combo up when they give you the opportunity. And other than that, that's it. So until next time, good luck and have a good hunt.